So today, I'm gonna break down one of my favorite samples I've made in the last few months, which shows that simple ideas are often enough to create a whole composition, a whole fire sample, just of one simple 1/5 chord progression when utilizing the right tools, the right techniques to do so. So without further ado, let's get right into this breakdown. As I can already see, we got a bunch of layers, but let's start off with the simple idea I then flipped to create, the main melody of the sample. I started out with making this simple pattern right here with a one shot, and it sounds like this. No effects. And I thought to myself, it's kind of a cool, simple melody, nothing crazy. Let's, do something different for once. So I went ahead and used this crazy patcher plugin I found and some EQing and some panning, regular stuff. And these little things, like just, flipping a melody in a unique way can really spark hella inspiration and makes you see an idea in your head that you can then build out to a full sample. The next thing I did is these vocals. Then pitch them up for the second part. Now, as far as processing goes, there's nothing to really talk about. Just EQ, reverb, a little bit of flanger, filter, stereo imaging, delay, like just the regular stuff. So let's move on to this next element I added, which is another one shot, which originally sounded like this. Very cool one shot with a lot of texture, but very raw. So obviously I had to throw in some effects, but again, they are really simple. The only out of the ordinary thing, I guess, is this plugin right here, which I just used to compress the one shot a little bit to kind of fit into the sample a little bit better. You can barely hear it, as you can see. Very slight compression, and then just reverb, soothe, delay, and then we got some cool echo boy going on to kind of give the one shot a lot more space, which it really needed because it sounded very dry. Obviously, it was a dry one shot. So next up, I added another accent kind of counter melody thing. Very simple. I didn't even change the velocity on them. I just probably threw it in there in the moment, and again, very simple effects. This doesn't really do anything. We got another patcher instance right here. I guess I decided, to be fancy and use this patcher instance to do a little panning. But other than that, very simple stuff. At that point, I was kind of contemplating on adding another layer to the main melody. And I remember trying out some different stuff, layering it completely or simplifying the pattern and stuff like that. But I kind of came to the realization that the main melody I had was enough. It was unique, it was sounding interesting, and layering it would kind of take away from all the accents and ear candy. It was enough like that, I figured. So I went straight ahead and added 2 more little accents. First one is this right here. Again, another one shot. I normally don't use that many one shots. I think I was just using that kit a lot at that time. Shout out to Vision XC. But I hate you for never posting that podcast. I edited it for you. But again, very simple effects. Stock, reverb, EQ, chorus. I don't know why this is on here. I guess I was using some sort of effect chain because I usually don't use these patcher plugins. But yeah, just basic stuff. And then finally, for the last accent counter melody thing, I added this rather complicated, I guess, counter melody. It's cool, it's cool, but with all the other things, it's kind of too much going on. So I had to go kind of crazy on the effects. Some portal, echo boy, effect drag, halftime, and some pan man. So one unique melody and all these layered accents later, this is how the sample sounded like. And after I heard that, I think I tried to add some like low piano bass notes or something, but it just wasn't fitting, so I had to add a bass. I made the bass myself. I'll use it in like every single sample of mine. But since I was already adding all these accents, I ended up adding like a bass accent as well. Just coming in like that, like I feel like that bass accent was really important because it's signalizing when the sample starts over again, you know, or when like the next part of the sample comes in. It's very difficult to explain, but you know, it's basically important that you have some sort of element that signalizes that the ending of those 8 bars or 12 bars or even 16 bars, you know, is over and now there's a new part of this musical piece starting. Then to add some extra texture, I added this percussion loop. Very simple, very regular. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this sample breakdown. To sum it all up, I feel like this sample does not just show that you can make a fully fleshed out sample with just a simple idea, but also that you should always have a vision in mind on what you're trying to create or where you want to go when, you know, making music. Because I personally catch myself a lot making samples and just sticking to my old habits, doing what I've done so many times before and just making a sample without even thinking about it, but forcing yourself to create music with a vision in mind, or you know, at least getting to some sort of vision or to some sort of path at a certain point in your process of making sample beats, whatever. So definitely keep that in mind the next time you start making a sample beat, whatever musical piece you're working on. That being said, thanks to everybody who watched this video, who watched this far. Appreciate y'all for watching. The FLP of this sample will again be available on my Patreon. First link in the description. The sample is available for free though in my latest loop kit called Imperfections. That will be in the description as well. Don't forget to subscribe, like, turn notifications. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'm out.